Good morning Year 1. It is Thursday the 4th of February today and we are going to get started with your maths learning if you have the Year 2 booklet. Okay? And this week so far we have been doing lots and lots of work on division, haven't we? And we know now that division means to share into equal groups, and I know that we've got that in our brains. So before we continue to solve problems about division, we are going to have a look today at warming our brains up by again looking at our number bonds to 10, okay? So remember, number bonds are ways that we count to 10, so ways that we add two numbers within 10 or within a larger number to help us remember them really quickly, okay? So we know these number bonds off by heart, and they will help us when we are solving maths problems in different ways, okay? So on your whiteboard then today, I would like you to pause, have a look at my 3 number bond problems and solve the missing number for each number bond. Once you have done that, we'll unpause the board and we'll shout the answers out together and solve our number bonds, okay? So pause and give yourselves just a minute. Off you go. Excellent job, Year 1. So let's have a look then at our number bonds today. We know that 9 and 1 more make 10. Well done. So 9 and 1 equal 10. 2 and 8, excellent. 2 and 8 equal 10. And 7 and 3, well done. And you can see a pattern today in our number bonds. So you can see that the numbers, when the larger number gets smaller, then that means the second number must get bigger. So 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 7 and 3. So 9, 8, 7, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's like a balancing scale. And you know that by knowing these two numbers make 10, it will make your maths brains faster. Okay? So well done if you got them mentally and you just knew them and you shouted them out. That's really super learning, Year 1. So now we've warmed up our brains, we're going to have a look at continuing to solve those division problems. So using objects, using the number line, using multiplication to reverse the sum, or even counting in your times tables, I would like you to write down these two number problems and solve them on your whiteboard, okay? Before we go any further today, this is going to help me to see if we are remembering how to divide without any prompt, okay? And then once your adult's taken a picture, I will be able to see what method you use easiest, okay? So pause the board, write them down, solve them, and then we'll come back and we will write them together. Brilliant. Okay then, Year 1. So, now my favourite method is to draw objects or use objects. So I'm going to solve the first one by drawing objects, okay? So reading aloud with me, 6 divided by 3 equals. So I know that I need to have 6 objects and I need to divide them into 3 equal groups. So it always helps me if I number my groups so I can see my equal numbers, okay? So it's really easy for me to pop them in. So we're going to count to 6, sharing into 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know I've got an equal amount in each one, and I know that I've got 6 objects, so I've not gone further than 6, and I've divided them into 3 groups. And I know now that I have got 2 in this group, 2 in this group, and 2 in this group, which means that 6 divided into 3 equal groups is 2. And how can we check that learning, Year 1? We can count in 3s to get to 6. Okay? So let's do it together. 3, 6. And remember, I've counted twice, which means that our answer is correct. Well done. Now the second sum I'm going to solve using my times tables this time. So I'm not going to use objects, I'm not going to use a number line. We're going to do it in our heads by using our times tables. And I know that 8 divided by 2, so I need to count in 2s until I get to 8. Okay? So how many times am I going to count in 2s until I get to 8? Let's do it together because we are superstars at our 2 times tables now. 2, 4, 6, 8. And I know that I need to stop at 8. And now I'm going to count how many times I counted in 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Did you get those both right? I bet you did. Big thumbs up. Make sure your adult takes a picture so I can check your method and check your working out. Brilliant job. Now, because we are getting really smart at division, we are going to have a look today at something a little bit different. And this here is called our word problem. Now, sometimes in maths, when we see word problems, we go, oh no, I don't like that, I don't want to do it. There's lots of words and it's going to make me really confused. But I'm going to work with you today to show you how we can extract the information, so a little bit like our comprehension when we retrieve the information we need. I'm going to show you how we can turn this into a number sentence. So first of all, we're going to read the word problem together. There are 20 children in Miss James's class. Each table has 5 seats. How many tables does she need? So, we now need to think about what information we're going to need first, okay? So, let's have a look together. There are 20 children in Miss James's class. So I know that I'm going to need this number here, 20. And each table has 5 seats. So I'm going to circle the number 5 to help me. How many tables does she need? So what do you think we might need to do? Thinking about what we're learning this week? You're right, we're going to need to divide, aren't we? So if there are 20 children, remember that's like our objects, isn't it? So we're going to start with 20 children. And we need to figure out how many seats there are, don't we, for each child. So we're going to divide 20 by 5. Because if 5 children sit at each table, we can then work out how many tables we need. Okay, so straight away we have turned our word problem into our number sentence. So now all we need to do is solve it. And remember, you can solve it in many different ways. You could go back to your objects, you could use your number line, you could use your times tables, you could draw objects. So I think today what we will do is we will solve this problem and we will use pasta. Okay, so we will use some objects. So I know I need 20 pieces of pasta for the 20 children in my class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just make sure you can see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, I remember that I need to share my 20 pieces into 5 groups because each table has 5 seats, doesn't it? So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children can sit at one table on those 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 children can sit at this table with those 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 children can sit at another table. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 children can sit at the last table. Now I haven't got any other pieces of pasta left, have I? So I know that I've shared 20 and I've made sure that there are 5 in each group because there are 5 seats at each table. So now I can see how many tables will I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. So going back then to our board, I now know that there are 20 children, and if 5 of them sit at each table, I need how many tables, how many groups of pasta did we have? 4, brilliant. And I can check my learning by counting in 5s until I get to 20. So let's do that together. 5, 10, 15, 20. And how many times have I counted to 20 in 5s? 1, 2, 3, 4. So our learning is checked. So do you see, year 1, how even though there looks like there's a lot of words here, once we take out the information we need, we can solve the problem easily. Okay? So now I've popped another one on the board for you, okay? And I'm going to read this for you, and then you're going to pause the board and you're going to have a go at solving this problem on your own, okay? So independently. So let's read it first. Sam has 30 sweets. He must divide them into 5 equal bags. How many sweets will be in each bag? So thinking about your key information there, where is our first piece of our information? You're right, 30. Where is our second piece of information? 5. Now I want you to put that into a number sentence for me and solve the problem and get your adult to take a picture and to send it in, okay? So I know that we are learning how to use a word problem and turn it into a number sentence, because you have one of these to do in your work group today. So pause, solve and come back. Excellent. So now we're going to have a look at something a little bit different. And this time we're going to look at turning a division into a times multiply sum. Now we've done this quite a bit, so I know when we get to it in our booklets we will be super at it. So I've got 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And that is the same as, well, let's think about it. How are we going to put this into a multiplication sum? So remember, when we solve our sum, 20 divided by 4 equals 5, we can do the reverse, okay? So we can say, if we share 20 into 4 groups, they've got 5 each, which means then that there are 5 groups of 4. And thinking about what we know about multiplication, 5 lots of 4 written as a sum is 5 times 4. And we're going to check that we get the right answer. So 5 lots of 4, okay? And we're going to 2, 3, 4. We're going to draw this now to make sure that it's right. So that's 1 lot of 4, 2 lots of 4, 3 lots of 4, 4 lots of 4, 5 5 lots of 4. Now let's count them to check that our answer is going to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is our answer the same as the amount we started with in our division sum? Yes, it is. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5 is the same as 5 times 4 equals 20. So all we do is change our symbols and read it backwards. Okay? Let's do another one because that is quite tricky. So here, 18 divided by 3 equals 6 is the same as, what's that going to look like, year 1? So thinking about what we've just done, I'm going to start with what number? So in our division sum we had 18, we shared them into 3 groups and there was 6 in each group, which is the same as 6 lots of 3. Okay, so let's write that as a multiplication sum. 6 lots of 3 equals, is it going to be 18? Thinking about the slide before. Let's write it and then check our answer. And thinking about how we can check our answer, we can count in 3s until we get to 18 and see if we counted 6 times. Okay, are we ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Have we counted 6 lots of 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we did. So we now know that we've checked our learning and that's correct. So 18 divided by 3 equals 6 is the same as 6 times 3 equals 18. And again, we've changed our symbols and we've read our sum backwards, which is the reverse. So we're going backwards, okay, to solve those problems. Now, in your books today, I would like you, just move Miss James's pasta, to turn to page number 16. Okay, but today in your workbooks, you are only going to complete number 2 and number 3. Okay, so you're going to leave out question number 1, complete number 2 and complete number 3. Okay, and then leave out question number 4. And this is because I want you to really work hard on solving those 2 methods that we have discussed today, okay? You've also got plenty to do with me on the board, and I would like to see you challenging yourself to more of those as well. And then once you've done that and you've done the 2 questions in your workbook for today, I've got a challenge for you. And I can't wait to see you complete this challenge. And I would like you to write me a division word problem, okay? So I would like you to think of a word problem, write it down and then send it to me, and then I will try and solve it. You must know the answer first though, because if you don't, how will you know if I've got it right or not? So you must write me down a problem, solve it, and then I will send you the answer, okay? So a great challenge for today. Have a really good go. Keep consolidating that learning and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.